Hello everyone. In this tutorial, let's tackle the following problem, solving it by hand. This is especially helpful if you get this kind of question on the exam where you don't have access to any software, so you have to solve it by hand and figure out the output. So this will help you understand more two-dimensional arrays and also will help you understand nested for loops. So first, let's take this two-dimensional array. So as we learned in the previous video, so we start indexing from 0. So let's rewrite it here as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So the first row will be indexed as, let's call it R0. I also left the link for the two-dimensional array video in the video description below if you didn't get a chance to watch it. So the second row will be R1, and then the last row will be R2. And similarly for the columns, we start indexing at 0. So we start, let's call it C0, C1, and then C2. So as we see in this, we have two nested for loops. In the first for loop, we start at I0, and then as long as I is less than 3, we increment by 1. And then inside it, we have another for loop. We initialize it with a j equal I, and then as long as j less than 3, we increment. And then at every iteration, we output the array of ij element. So let's see how we can do this. The best way to do it, so we start in this for loop, we have I equals 0, and then we proceed to the next for loop. We have j equal I, so j equal I, and I is 0, so j equals 0. So we look, is j less than 3? Yes, then we output the array of ij element. So we output the array of ij, which is 0, 0 in this iteration. So we look at the element 0, 0, so we're going to output. So from the first iteration, the output will be 1. And then now we have to go back to this for loop and then increment j. So I is still 0. And then we increment j from 0 to 1. So is it j less than 3? Correct. So we output the array of ij. So we output the element of 0, 1. So looking here, 0 row, first column. So we output 2. So we proceed. So now also we still in this second for loop. So I is still 1. Sorry, I is still 0. And then we increment j from 1 to 2. So 2 is still less than 3, so we output the array of ij, so we output the element 0, 2. So 0, 2 is going to be this element here. So from this iteration, we output 3. And then now I equals 0, and then we increment j from 2 to 3. So is the condition here, is it j less than 3? Incorrect. So now we don't output anything, we break the second for loop, and then we go back to the first for loop. So in the second iteration, I'm going to write it here. So now we increment I from 0 to 1. So I will be 1. And then now we proceed to the inner for loop. So we have the condition j equal I, and I in this iteration is 1. So j equal 1. So now we output the element of 1, 1. So we come to this array here. The element 1, 1 is number 5. So from this iteration, we output 5. And then now we're still in the inner for loop. So I is still 1, but we increment j from 1 to 2. Is the condition here satisfied? 2 less than 3? Yes, then we output the element, the array of I, j, which is 1, 2. If we look in this array, 1, 2 is this element here, 6. So we output 6. And then now if we increment j to 3, so this condition is not satisfied anymore because j is not less than 3. So now we break this inner for loop and we go again to the first for loop and we increment I. So now I become 2 and j for the second for loop equal I. So j equal 2. So now we look, is it j less than 3? Correct. Then we output the array of ij, in this case 2, 2. So if we look in this array here, 2, 2 is going to be this element here. So we output number 9. If we try to increment j to 3, so this condition is not satisfied anymore, so we don't output anything. So we break the second for loop and we go back to the first for loop and we increment I. But if we increment I from 2 to 3, is I less than 3? No, so we don't output anything. We proceed with our program. If we have anything beyond it, we just like keep going. So now the output will be, so we have space separator between each iteration. So we output 1, we have space separator, we output 2, space separator, we output 3, and so on. So the output will be 1, then 2, then space 3, then space 5, then space 6, then space 9. So this will be the output for this question. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching. If you're finding these videos helpful, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel as I always upload new videos.
Enjoyed this video? Subscribe to the Computer Engineering Notebook for more tutorials on computer architecture, embedded systems, and hardware design. And hit the bell to catch the next one.